Hey there, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight, this Monday. I appreciate you coming in here tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. And I'm here every weeknight at 9:30 p.m. Central, where we relax and craft and work on a project together. Right now, we are working on the Jacquelynne Steves I Love Home Block of the Month quilt along. We are on block 3. A new block is released every first full week of the month, and we are on block 3. There are 4 blocks total. Here is our block 3 so far. I'm doing a combo of needle turn applique and embroidery, and I'm hoping to finish the embroidery or get awfully close tonight. We have just those 4 windows to go yet. And then tomorrow we'll either finish the embroidery and start sewing, or we'll have a day completely of sewing. So there's all the border around this block yet to do. The half triangle rectangles. So we will start tackling those tomorrow for sure. I'm excited about that. I haven't done that before. So that'll be fun. Thanks again for joining me. This is a free project. You are welcome to still join. Next month, November, we'll get the last block, block 4. And then in December, we'll get all the info for the borders. So we'll be actually sewing this into a quilt when we're done. So that is the plan. I'm going to flip you around and we will get stitching tonight. I want to get this guy done. Here we are. Oh, there's Zeb and Phil hanging out. They have my needles. So I hope you guys all had a super great weekend. I did exactly what I was hoping to do, which is to clean up my office. I cleaned up the office and I vacuumed the house and just tidied up. And you know, it's that whole clear space, clear mind sort of thing, and I'm feeling better about it. Gretchen, it's fine if you left it in the hoop. Just next time, take it out of the hoop. Ultimately, when we're done, I mean, we're going to be dabbing this with water to get our water-soluble lines out, and ultimately, we might get it a little wet, and we'll press it, so eventually it will get ironed. So if you accidentally left it in the hoop, that's perfectly fine. If you do have a pretty harsh crease, it might take a little more ironing and stuff later, but it won't be the end of the world. So I like taking my embroidery out of the hoop so it doesn't have as big of a crease. So that's what Gretchen was asking about. All right, I am in the hoop, ready to go. We just have these 4 guys left. I'm going to grab my giant roll of floss because it's fun to use, and get my about 2-foot bit. I think we got a little bit more than 2 feet last time. I usually go for like 24 inches. It's long enough that I feel like I'm not changing threads all the time, and short enough that I'm not stretching my arm out too far. But I think I needed about this amount to finish each of our windows here. All right, so I'm going to separate the threads. So I just have 3. I'm stitching with 3 strands of floss just because I like the thickness of the line that I get from the 3 strands. So I am separating just 1 strand and then pulling it, letting the rest gather behind. And then it releases. I'm just going to run my hand through there just to make sure there's no bundles. Ha! You need one of those giant spools. I did actually put a link for a medium-sized spool. My spool is like 220 yards or something like that. And they make 400-yard ones. And just for or 450, I think, yard ones. And just for a comparison, your normal skein is about 8 yards or 8.2 yards, something like that. So a 450 skein or yard spool might be a good medium between my 2,200 yard one and just the skein. Humongous cones of floss buttons, that'd be cute. Little get like little buttons made with the huge floss. All right, so we're ready to go here. Oop, that's not quite together. Let's match those ends. And I'm gonna just snip that end too, because that makes it easier to thread. There we go. Now they're all in line. All the threads are perfectly in line and nice and clean. Grabbing my embroidery needle. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna start with an away knot again. I did that for all of these just so I wouldn't have a big jump behind the fabric of the floss. And it works out great because all of these take up about the same amount of thread, or they take up, each window kind of takes up one of these 2 feet things of thread. So it's been working just fine. So let's see, I want to go about 4 inches away from where I'm going to start. So I'm just putting it from the front to back down here. And we're going to start with this upper left window. I think I'm just going to work my way this way. All right, we're starting with these fly stitches. Maybe we'll try the sewing method tonight. So the sewing method of embroidery is when you go in and out at the same time. You don't pull the thread all the way through and then come up. So that works great in like these fly stitches or chain stitches, because you can get the needle just where you want, and that our working thread here is catching our loop. So then we just do that little anchor stitch. It's a little faster to do the sewing method. I find it a little less accurate, but it is faster because you're just doing less motions. And we have 4 windows to do tonight, so I think speed is the name of the game. So what if we weren't making a quilt and wanted to frame these embroideries? Do they need to be mounted to be framed? I don't, or do you mean like framed in like a glass frame? I don't think you need to mount it. I would actually check out Blair from Wise Craft Quilts, or from Wise Craft. She did the book Wise Craft Quilts. She just did a live stream on her page for framing the hand-stitched project that we worked on a little while ago. You could probably frame them in a pretty similar way. You could, since they're square, you could frame them where the frame just cuts off the edge so you don't have a mat. You could do it that way too. I mean, a mat will just give you some more like visual impact, really. But if you didn't want to do the mat and you still wanted that border effect, you could make a border the size of your frame, or make a border out of fabric and then put it onto your square, and for the size of your frame. Would they wrinkle? Like, will the fabric wrinkle? Like you mean, will it not lay flat under the glass or something? One thing that I like doing when I'm framing, I mean, I haven't framed it behind glass, but I've put embroideries, like I've wrapped them around a canvas before. And what I like doing is putting a piece of batting behind it. It kind of gives it a little give. So maybe something like that would work. You could just fold, okay, so you're saying because it needs to be placed on something. I mean, you could just fold it over the inside mat and tape it down really good too, if you wanted to, on the edge. before framing it would be another idea. All right, we're gonna start these top little scallops. If you do frame it, I'd love to see it, see how it turns out. You can share in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group if you like. But yeah, I have framed embroideries before, but I usually throw a piece of batting behind it or stretch it over the back and just tape it down. I don't do it very often though, so and I haven't done it in a while, so I'd be curious how it goes for you. Oh, because needlepoint is usually on canvas and stiff. Oh yeah, that's true. I don't think it really, I mean, if you're wrapping it around and taping it down or stitching it down, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a problem. And once it's under the glass and everything, I think it would be pretty squished. Oh, you sorted your fat quarters this weekend? Nice, Irene. Man, there's really something, for me at least, with cleaning my space that totally clears out my brain and lets me think again and lets me just have creative ideas again and all that. Just having that space clear of clutter. So I actually went all the way into not all, but most of my tiny little drawers in all the little the little cases and stuff that have drawers. Like I have an old sewing table that I use as a table in my office, and the drawers were filled with just crap. And same with a bunch of other drawers in my office, and I cleaned out all of those, and it was just like, it's amazing how a drawer this big can fill like the floor of a room. It's kind of ridiculous. So I reorganized that, threw a ton of stuff away. I made a little painting area in my office, so I'm hoping to start painting again. We'll see how that goes, but at least I at least have a dedicated area set up for it, which was just kind of junk stuff before. It was just an extra table basically with drawers, and it was just filled with random stuff. So now it has a purpose, and I'm hoping maybe this coming weekend, maybe I'll use it for painting for the first time. It'll be kind of the first time I'll be painting since I took my class last summer, or last fall actually, it might have been. Crazy. So I feel bad. I had so much fun taking that painting class, and I've been wanting to paint at home since, but it's just that setup, like, it's just too much work, you know what I mean? So if something's not set up or easy, that's enough for me to like not work on the project. So now I'm hoping if I have everything set up, and if I have something like a little mini still life or something there that I'm painting, or some flowers, and I see all the paints out and ready to go, then hopefully I'll actually do it. So that's my golden plan. We'll see if that happens. But man, cleaning up all that stuff and vacuuming and all that, I feel like good to go. I feel creative, and I feel like ready to tackle whatever. Oh, thanks, Tamara. Oh, Irene, you cleaned up your fat quarter fabrics, thinking about the chevron quilt coming up. That's awesome. So if you check out my my post here, it has like the upcoming schedule of the next projects, so you can check that out if you like. But yeah, the chevron quilt we'll be doing after we finish up this quilt, which I'm hoping, I mean, beginning of December we'll be doing the borders and everything and just finishing the top for this quilt. If it's taking a while, then we'll just jump and start in on the chevron quilt, and we'll just leave this one as a top, and then maybe we'll just have to have a quilting time when we just take all the quilt tops and do what we can and quilt them. potentially. But I'd like to try and finish it completely, like with the quilting and everything, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. Not sure how it's quite going to play out. All right, window number 1. Let's weave in our ends and get going on the next one. Maybe kind of weaving it in a little funny here, but it'll work. I weave in 3 times. I think I missed the thread there. Yeah, we'll just weave in one more time. Let's see. We may only finish 3 of these buggers tonight, but based on how long this took, but I'm hoping maybe we'll finish 4. Yeah, quilting bee, exactly, Joyce. We'll have a little quilting bee period where we quilt up some stuff. So which is for sure actually what we're gonna do with the chevron quilt, because for me, the whole purpose of working on the chevron quilt was that I was gonna learn how to free motion quilt. Something that I have not tackled at all, really. And I was gonna, with each chevron, row of chevrons in the chevron quilt, I was going to try a different style, or not style, but a different design of free motion quilting. Like the first one might be like pebbles and then squiggles or whatever it is. But I thought, you know, it'd be a good test, because like you'd be able to see where I started and I could see if I improved after a while. And I feel like that would be just it'd be a good education and practice in some free motion quilting. So that is the whole purpose of that quilt that we'll be doing, for me at least. So we'll for sure go all the way through the quilting on that one. Oh, Gretchen, no, this is one of the future projects. So the projects in order of how we'll be doing it is we'll finish this block. We should be done with that early this week, this block. And then for the rest of October, we're going to have like a finish it fall. So we will just work on whatever project you want to work on to, you know, try and finish it up. Or you know, we'll just hang out and everyone can be working on different projects or whatever. I mean, you know, we basically do that anyway. You guys don't have to be working on this when I work on it. But what I'll be doing, so for the rest of the month, is I will be finishing up my hand-stitched project. That's the project that we did right before this, that English paper piecing project. I did not finish that before we got block 3. So I want to finish that, and I want to turn it into a pillowcase for a pillow. So I will be, that's what I'll be doing for the rest of October. Then November, on November 6th, that's the first Monday of the first full week of November. Oh, you're going to finish that too, Gretchen, your English paper piecing. The first full week of November, we'll get block 4. So that will be the next project. After Finish It Fall will be block 4. And that will take, you know, a couple weeks, probably 2.5 weeks or so. And so we'll have a little bit of November left, and then in November, we'll be starting, November 20th, we will be starting the unicorn stuffed animal kit by Heidi Boyd. So I did put a link for that here as well. It's a cute little stuffed animal felt unicorn with kind of woolly hair, and it just looks so adorable. It'd be a great little gifty project type thing. So a nice, short, fun project. That will be starting November 20th. And I'll be sending out another newsletter with all this info, but I also have the info in the post here. Oh, you ordered the little unicorn kit. Awesome. Yeah, so I asked her about shipping, and she said that she could get orders to you pretty quickly. So just if you order like a week before November 20th, you know, that's a ways away yet, kind of. But if you order a week before November 20th, you should be able to get it in time. Oh, how large is the unicorn project, Patricia? I think it's just going to take a week, honestly. I think it, you know, it might even take less, but it's a nice, quick, short project. It is meant for a beginner for sure. And I think it's going to be fun. There's no like turning things inside out or anything. And it has everything you need in it too, except for like a scissors. But it has like the stuffing and everything in the kit. So I think that'll be a nice, chill. I mean, I don't know quite this. Do I have it here? I think I might have it near me. Oh yeah, here we go. So here's the kit. So the size, I'm not sure it says, oh yeah, finished dimensions. So it is 8.5 inches tall, including the horn, and 9 inches wide, nose to tail, and then like 2.5 inches wide. So about 9 inches, 8.5 inches, and then, I don't know, 2.5 inches wide. So probably about as tall as this thing here, actually. And probably about this wide or so. But yeah, so this is the project. It's the Hemlock Forest Friends, and it's by Heidi Boyd. Cute little project. And then, oh, I didn't bring the chevron quilt stuff out here, but I'll show you the chevron quilt stuff tomorrow. So after we finish that project, the Hemlock Forest Friends, that unicorn by Heidi Boyd, the stuffed animal unicorn, then it will be December, and early December is when we get the borders and everything for this. So early December is when we are going to work on finishing this quilt top, at least. We have everything cut already. We just need to sew it all up. So early December, that's what it'll be. And then I think after that, we have scheduled, oh, I don't know. We might have a little project in between. We might do like a little embroidery project after that. We were going to try that coloring with embroidery, like with crayons and colored pencils, coloring onto the fabric before the embroidery. I think we might do my tweet house pattern for that, but I haven't thought about that far ahead yet. I'm still working on that. I'll figure that out this week. So we'll probably do a little embroidery project, and then we will be starting the chevron quilt, and it's the Charming Chevrons, I believe it's called, by Krista Quilts. And I don't know if I wrote that far ahead on my post here. I don't think so. But it'll definitely be in the email that I put out, so you guys can get the pattern for that. But it's really cute. So there's a main, so it's chevrons. So chevrons is just like a bunch of zigzags, right? So every other zigzag is just like a solid color. You know, you can do white or whatever you want. And then the other zigzags are a variety of fabric. So that'll be fun. You can collect a bunch of your fat eighths or fat quarters or whatever you got, your scraps, and those will be the every other chevron. It's super cute. The pattern looks super duper easy. I think we'll be able to chain piece the whole thing really quickly. And then we'll be, that project for me is about working on free motion quilting, which I know nothing. I mean, I know, I have researched it and read a lot about it. I have barely tried it at all. And it's been like it's been this mystery to me in my head, this free motion quilting. So this is gonna be my way to tackle that. So I am perfectly okay with having the first rows be hideous, as long as I learn from it and see improvements by the time I get to my last rows of free motion quilting. It is definitely gonna just be a representative project of learning a skill for me. So someone looking at it might be like, well, geez, these are crazy. This free motion quilting or whatever, how horrible. But for me, that's the whole point of the project, is I want to, you know, start where I start and then get better. Actively trying to learn and get better. So that is the Charming Chevrons quilt. And then later in 2018, early 2018, we will be doing another quilt. We will be doing the quilt that looks like those granny squared crocheted blankets. It mimics that. So the blocks look like those crocheted blankies. I think that's going to be kind of fun. So I will get all that in an email for you guys, and we'll pepper in some short projects too, because I'm enjoying doing these quilts lately, just because I am. I'm just enjoying them. I haven't worked on as many quilts until like this last couple of years when I've been on here doing the Facebook Lives. I've been like learning more and more about quilting and you know, piecing and all that, and I'm just liking it more and more every time I make one. So that's why we've been pretty focused on quilts lately. But I do want to try some other crafts, and we'll definitely do some embroidery projects and all that. And I'm open to taking ideas as well. And I know a lot of us here are quilters too, so we've been doing a lot of quilting, fabric-y type things. You're making simple table runners. Ooh, and trying different types of quilting. Oh, Tamara, that's perfect. See, that's exactly the deal. I mean, one of the big things with crafting for me is learning new things. Like, I feel like I'm kind of obsessed with that. So having projects for the pure purpose of practicing and learning a new thing is like, I'm down with that for sure. Oh, exactly, Patricia. Yeah, I've learned so much from you guys. So you guys are like, huh? My best people teaching me how to do all these fun new things, and it just makes me want to make more stuff, which, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. First of all, I'm using up my stash, which is nice. All right. Number 2 window is done. Man, cruised through that one. Just chit-chatting, and then all of a sudden it was done. That's nice. Hoping the next 2 are like that as well. And I mean, you know, I am just kind of speeding through things tonight because, you know, instead of explaining everything I'm doing, if you're not sure about something I'm doing, just call out a question. I'm more than happy to walk through something. I do talk about stuff in some earlier videos and stuff too, but I will for sure answer anything that you want me to hear. I know I am just kind of cruising through tonight. All right, weaving that end, and ooh, we gotta get more floss now. But hey, our next pull of floss should be able to finish us up, the last two windows here. Assuming I get enough, which I don't think will be a problem. Oh man, I seriously nonstop cleaned this weekend. We did have a little campfire though too, and it rained all day Saturday, but Sunday we decided that we could not waste the fall, and we, oops, I missed a little thread here. But we started a campfire outside, and that was just a nice evening. You know what? I think I didn't have quite enough thread. I'm just gonna let it be with 2 weave-ins. Okay. If you ordered a embroidery supplies bundle, you should be getting an email about that too, hopefully this week. I gotta write it, but I wanted to just give you an update on everything and like some reminders on the schedule and stuff too. So keep an eye out for that. I think they will still be sent out in mid-November. The main reason for the bundles taking a while to ship is that we're getting all those cute scissors made special for them, for the bundles and for penguin and fish. So we're waiting for those, but I got a cute picture of the packaging it's going to go in, so I'll make sure to share that with you in the email that goes out too as well. I'm excited for the packaging has our logo on it and it's super cute. I'm excited. But yeah, we're getting all the supplies here and starting to put them all together. It's fun. I'm having a fun time. Fun time building your guys' kits. Or bundles, I mean. It's fun getting packages. Packages full of floss and fabric, and it's fun. All right, I'm going to, let's just keep going with the top row. Oh, early Christmas present. You love those stork scissors. Yay! Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the stork scissors. Very excited for those. What am I doing here? There we go. Oops. Get a little pull on that. This is an awkward position for, you know how in my, I'm gonna just go down and come back up. In my other videos, I was talking about how I like having that active left hand to feel the stitches as they go in and out. It is, I like having whatever I'm stitching close enough to the edge of the hoop so that my left hand doesn't have to reach out so far. I'm having the issues here that this is just a little too far in the middle and my left hand doesn't like having to reach for it. It's being awkward for me right now. I will for sure include a little postcard with my, there'll be a hedgy kit on one. Will do, Linda. Yeah, I was hoping to have an email sent to you guys today, but I was gonna just get that all prepped this weekend, but this weekend just turned into cleaning, and I just could not stop cleaning. But now I have a perfectly clean office and clean drawers and whatever, so emails are next. So sorry for a little bit of delay in that. The next home block, Marianne, comes out December. Oh wait, no, November. I keep thinking we're in November. God, which is a horrible thought. It comes out November 6th. So November 6th is the first Monday of the first full week of November. So they all come out the first full week of the month. So November 6th, I believe it is. I know I won't be able to find anything now. I don't know. A lot of the stuff is in the same place. It's just, I've just cleared out all the junk. Oh, yum, Carla. Cranberry bread sounds so good. We, between my parents' house and our house, we used to pass it on the highway. they have cranberry bogs, and they have a cranberry fester or something. I don't know quite what it's called, but oh, I can't even remember the town. But we pass it, and we can see the cranberry bogs, and sometimes you can see all the cranberries floating on the bogs, and it's just so cool how cranberries work. Oh, you're focusing on your UFOs. Sounds good, Marianne. Yeah, I mean, this will be free. So if you haven't signed up yet, I would sign up because I don't know what happens to the project when, I don't know what Jacquelynne does with the project when it's over. So at least if you're signed up to her newsletter, at least you can download the blocks as they come. I know, I love cranberries too. And I like tart things like that too. Like I don't like tons of sugar and stuff on it. So I like the super tartness. Same with like grapefruits and stuff. I don't ever put sugar on grapefruits. I just like that just pow. Yeah, so if you want to sign up for this, it's on Jacquelynne Steves' website, and I put a link to this block of the month there. But yeah, she did a really cute job at these. I'm having fun with this project. Cute little cute little homes. And you don't have to do it embroidery and needle turn like I am. I mean, I'm just doing that combo because I wanted to experiment with it. But you can do it all applique. She even has a pieced version now too, where it's not needle turn, or where it's not applique or embroidery. So that'd be a pretty cute option too. Or you could do the whole thing embroidery. Oh, Jacquelynne said to make sure to save her patterns first thing, Gretchen. Okay, yeah, then for sure I would, Marianne, I would for sure go over there and sign up for them because there's only, it only goes through December. So yeah, you'll wanna sign up. When you sign up, you get access to all the blocks that came out so far. So yeah, I'd make sure to. They're just PDFs, so I would just make sure to print it out when it comes. Yeah, my videos and everything will stay up, but if you don't have the pattern and stuff, then those don't really work. She has a piece. I'm not sure what you're asking, Patricia. Oh, you love the applique and embroidery mashup. Yeah, this is something I've been wanting to try for a little bit. Like we had one block in the Splendid Sampler that I did a little bit of applique, needle turn applique, and a little bit of embroidery, and I just loved how it turned out, and I wanted to play with that a little bit more. Patricia, I don't know what you're asking. Sorry. Oh, PDF. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So it's that's just like the digital pattern. So when you sign up, you'll get the digital pattern, which is the PDF. Yep. Thanks, Bonnie. That's just when you click it, it'll open up a new window in your browser, and you'll get that little download button or print button. Pretty sure that's how it works. Okay, we are totally gonna go for this last window. We might go a hair over tonight. Oh, maybe not. We might finish right on the button with this last window. Yeah, sorry, Bonnie. I'm probably talking super fast and mumbling, which is kind of my deal, I think. Ugh, these windows are cute. I like them. Man, it just occurred to me that this is a super tall flower. This flower is a 2-story tall flower. Or the perspective is just like the flower is right in front of my face and when I'm like taking the photo of this house or something. Your daughter is marrying your high school sweetheart November 4th. Oh, yay, Gretchen, that's exciting. Oh, you love that huge spool of floss, yeah. Oh, some people made it into a Christmas tree. That makes sense. So those definitely could get to be 2 stories high. That's cute. Oh, this would be cute with a little Christmas tree applique in the front. Love that idea. Yeah, this as a Christmas tree instead. That'd be adorable. You know what would be funny too? Like if you were having a lot of fun with just this that skinny line and all the leaves, you could just have it go off the page and it could be like a beanstalk, like Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. Wait, Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. Is that what that's called? It sounded weird when I said it. All right, weave in this bit and we can start on that last window. Oh, Tamara, that's so sweet. I'm happy. I'm happy you're learning something, and I love hanging out with you for sure. Yeah, again, if you guys have questions on anything I'm doing, for sure, pop in and ask. All right, here's my last thread. Let's separate them again quick. I know I have 3 threads here already, but if I separate them, all the threads lie flatter when they're together. And we did a little test a while back, like what if we didn't do that versus what if we did. So if they laid flat, oh gosh, what's the right term for that? Laid flat, lay flat? I don't know. Laid flat. That's one of those English situations. But it turned out that separating them reduced how much they'd curl and knot while we were stitching. So that seemed like a good enough reason to keep doing it. All right, this is the last away knot. Probably don't really need to do an away knot here. I could just weave into the end and then start. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. That's faster. This is not a big jump, so we'll weave in the back of this door a little bit. This is how I prefer doing it versus the away knot every single time. But again, I didn't want to have huge jumps all over. So I'm just weaving it in 3 times again. See, just 2, and I was able to pull it out. That's why you need 3 times, and then it locks it in place. I don't even think I need to trim that really. Actually, I'm thinking I might just pull it out right here and there we go, trim that end. Snip. Oh, I cleaned my table here. It's all just clean. Just sharing it would have been my parents' 69th wedding. Aw. Oh, they met in kindergarten. Oh, man. Isn't that something? Wow. I had a professor in college. We were, I don't, like, this might sound totally creepy, but it wasn't creepy. It was a creative and critical thinking class, and it, for some reason, gosh, this sounds so weird when I'm talking about it, but there was this whole thing on it. If you're not finding, if you're not falling in love with anyone or you're not finding that right person, that you should move because love is based on proximity is what was said in there. And I was just thinking about the kindergarten. Well, there you go. Fall in love in kindergarten. Or like knowing each other. Maybe not falling in love in kindergarten, but knowing each other since kindergarten. Oh, grade school sweethearts too. Aw, sweet. Yep, my parents were high school sweethearts. Yeah. Got all my scrap threads. Alrighty. Yep, and I met my husband in college, so I don't know. Change your location and then your proximity to new people changes. Oh, you met your husband when you were 14 and 16. Oh, that's so funny. That's how it goes. Now, isn't that something to think about? So, like, if your kids are 14 or 16, think about that. They might already know their husband or wife. Isn't that kind of creepy? My parents are awesome. They're visiting my brother right now. Actually, both my brothers. Picking up my brother who's in Australia. He's just, I think he flew, he's meeting them up tonight. So the whole family except for John and me will be together tonight. So they're lucky. Over in North Carolina, where my other brother lives. But yep, they drove down with the Airstream and they're picking up my brother from the airport. My other brother, the one that does not live there, the one who is coming back from Australia. And then driving back to Wisconsin with him. I'm hoping, so it was a bummer. We would have liked to go to North Carolina, but that timing just didn't work out. So we'll have to go visit that brother some other time and his wife. But we're hoping to definitely visit the Australia brother and my parents while he's still at home in Wisconsin. Oh yeah, I FaceTimed with them yesterday. They were walking the beach, which was pretty dang neat. I gotta show them the fall colors here, or show my brother the fall colors. Are you within an hour's drive from the coast in North Carolina? Oh, that's awesome, Deborah. Yeah, that's where my brother and his wife are now. Yeah, so they're all together tonight. I think he flies in super late there. And then hanging out there for a couple days. Sad though, that'd be fun to go. It'll just have to be another time. All right, we are almost done here. Dang, and we're gonna be done early yet, I think. We cruised through these 4 windows. So I don't have, I just realized that we still have to cut this down to the right size. And we'll wait for that for tomorrow. So that'll be the first thing we do tomorrow is cut this to size because it's bigger than what it needs to be. So it allows, if the edge frays or something, or if we don't center it perfectly, we can adjust when we trim it down. So we'll do that first thing tomorrow and then start sewing. So tomorrow I will get all the my sewing machine and the table and everything out. I am not sure, Deborah. I think, oh, you know what? I'm not positive. I do not know. I think it's about an hour drive or so for them. Yeah, that's probably it, Deborah. I'm not positive. Late flight. He says the seagulls are the size of turkeys in North Carolina. And so far that's you know, one of the few details I know of where they're at right now. I've never been to North Carolina before, but definitely hoping to now that they're there. We had turkeys outside the other day. I had a walk on the opposite side of the road so they wouldn't catch me. They're big and scary, but they're pretty fun. Just wacky to see. I mean, we're in the middle of a city, so it's wacky to see turkeys just chilling, walking down your road. Just a tad over the truth, but you have plenty of seagulls. Oh, for sure, Deborah. I will be going there for sure. I just gotta put a date on a calendar. All right, last stitch. Woohoo! Let's weave in these ends and see what we got here. Oh, you big geese. Yeah, we have those too. Big Canadian geese. And there's times in the year where they will take over a whole area and, you know, in a walking path, and then you avoid it because they can get pretty mean. But yeah, oh, I wove in the other end. That's right. I wove it in at the beginning so I don't have to do the way knot. All right, let's take this out. Oh yeah, he's sure they weren't pelicans, but because he was pointing out pelicans too. So yeah, pelicans I think are way bigger than probably our turkeys too. Pelicans are like dinosaurs. I always pretend they're dinosaurs when I see them. Okay, here we are. Oh, let's put the needle in. We'll put it back into fill here. All right. And, oh, that's not fill, that was Zeb. There we are, our finished embroidery. I love this one. I still really like this fabric. It reminds me of all the creeping Charlies in our yard, which are not good, but it just makes me laugh looking at it. Awesome! Yay, I love it. It was fun to practice this itty bitty needle turn and stuff there. So tomorrow we will trim it down and get sewing those half triangle rectangles. Awesome! So I'm going to flip you guys around and we will call it an evening. Hello! So here we are. Ow! I love it. It is so cute. Those windows are just the sweetest, I think. Yay! All right. I am all set to add this to the finished pile soon, hopefully. I don't know if we'll finish it all tomorrow. It'll probably take, I don't know, a day and a half or so. We'll get it done. And if we do finish it, if we don't finish it tomorrow, but we only have like a few more minutes left on it on Wednesday, then we'll pick up the hand stitch project again. But I don't know, maybe we'll finish this tomorrow. Depends how hard these half square triangles are. Oh gosh, a bug just scared me. It's a ladybug though, so that's good. It looked like a giant wasp just coming at me, but just a ladybug. All right, phew, almost died there. So, all right, guys, I will get this up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies, and it will stay here on the Penguin and Fish page as well. Thanks again for joining me. It's great seeing you guys again. I hope you have a great beginning of your week. And oh, you missed my glasses. I'll have to put them on tomorrow. I just took them off before doing this. I only really use them for looking at the monitor, which I am kind of now. So I should have them on, shouldn't I? Tomorrow maybe I'll put them on again, Patricia. I know I miss them too. They're just big and I love them. All right, guys. I will leave you there. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Good night.